Hello everybody, happy Friday, and we're back for another video. And we're going to talk about cravings today. And going into the weekend is a great time to talk about cravings because what I've noticed is that I tend to be a little more snacky on the weekends, and I tend to also eat a little bit more laxy, as I've heard a lot of people tend to do. So we're going to talk about taming our cravings today. Now, number one tip is to make sure that you're filling up when you're eating, that you're actually full when you're done. Because if you're not full, you're just going to you're going to graze. And we're not cows. We don't have four stomachs. So we're not set up to continually graze, as a lot of us like to do, especially on the weekends, because there's a lot more not working and there's a lot more time just kind of vegging, mostly. The other thing is you need to pay attention to your hunger signals. The other thing that people tend to do on the weekends is, because they're not on their normal schedule, is that they're either running around doing errands and they forget to eat and drink, and that is bad. Like, you need to make sure that you're kind of planning a little bit ahead for being out all day. So make sure you're always carrying a bottle of water, like a big water bottle of water. Otherwise, you're going to end up drinking that, and then it's just not going to be good. The other thing is, make sure that you're eating. Like, if you're out and about and you have 3,000 things on your to-do list, stop and take a lunch, or stop somewhere and get food so that you're not hangry, because nobody likes feeling hangry and nobody likes being around people that are hangry. So if you're with other people that are shopping till they drop and you're like, oh my goodness, I need to eat, like, say something. Seriously, don't be angry. The other thing on that note is, when I go out, I have small kids, so I kind of always have to have food with me, because nothing's worse than a hangry toddler. That's even worse than a hangry person or a hangry adult. But I always pack myself food too, because, I mean, if I'm hangry and they're hangry, that is a recipe for angriness, and that's just not good either. And what happens is, if we get hangry, then when we get home, it's just like, I'm going to eat everything inside, and I don't care what anybody says, you better get out of my way, I'm going to be eating the fridge. So, there's some tips for this weekend. Now, on that note, as far as being hungry, like, make sure you're paying attention to your hunger and fullness cues. So, if you're hungry, eat something, but make sure you're checking in with yourself too. Don't just be eating mindlessly. That's not going to be helpful for you. Make sure that you're checking in with yourself throughout the meal, that you're eating slowly, chewing your food, and eat until you're full, which should take about 20 minutes, not 5. So slow down and eat. Enjoy your food. It's important. It's to help you stay satisfied too, because you can be hungry or you can be full, but you aren't satisfied. So making sure that you're accommodating the satiation feeling is also important. So making sure that you're eating a variety of foods that actually make you feel good and feel full. And I'm not talking about, eating a cheeseburger and fries. Like, that's ultimately probably going to taste fantastic, but you're not going to feel good after that. Now, the other hand, you don't want to deprive yourself too. So if all you can think about is a cheeseburger, you're probably a little bit deficient on, like, you probably need some meat. So eat some meat, you know? So there's, listen to your cravings, but also be mindful. Like, cheeseburger and fries is not always going to be a good idea. Sometimes it is. I remember after my long runs, this is what I crave. I crave pancakes, omelets, and chocolate shakes, like chocolate milkshakes. Now, after 20 miles, that's probably what you should be eating. Maybe not the milkshake all the way, but there's a reason why we crave things. So listen to your cravings, but also be mindful about what they are and what they mean too. Sometimes when people are craving connection and attention, they crave a lot of sweet things because they need to feel that, like, pleasure-seeking feeling. That's what sugar does. It makes us feel love, or it makes us feel good. So we want it more because sometimes we're lacking in relationship communication, which that's a whole separate topic. Maybe we'll hit that next week or the week after. But all in all, as far as cravings go, number one, make sure you're listening to your hunger and fullness cues. Eat enough so that you're full and satisfied. Don't go long, hours and hours without eating during the day. That's not good because you don't want to end up being hangry. So make sure you're packing some snacks if you absolutely are going to be out all day. Plan for that. Make sure you're drinking your water. It's not good to be dehydrated either. The other thing is, as far as cravings go, sometimes it's a good idea to take a step back. And if you are craving like a milkshake, it's not good to deprive yourself. But also, if you're craving milkshakes every day, there might be a little bit deeper meaning for that. So maybe we'll dive into that next week. But anyways, hope you have a great weekend, guys. Love you. Have a great and wonderful day.